everyone, so today we are going to learn how to make this lovely castle over here. Right, so let's get started. Don't forget, you will need blue paint, some green paint. You're going to need black and white to make grey, maybe a sponge and a paintbrush and some glue, scissors and 2 pieces of card, or if you don't have cards, some paper. All right, see you in a moment. Okay, so you're gonna want to make this first. So what I've done here is I've painted the mound and I've painted the moat, because this is what your castle is gonna sit on top of. So let's put that to the side. So I know you all know how to paint. I'm gonna get another blank piece of paper. I'm gonna hold it this way around, and then I'm gonna fold it. Make sure your corners touch. I'm going to hold it this way, so it's a long mouth, so making sure your corners touch. So we're not doing it this way around, we do it this way around, making sure those corners touch. Now, I'm going to show you right here, so you can see. I am going to draw my ramparts at the top. So, there we go. Okay, I'm going to bring that tower down. You can draw some more ramparts here. Okay. So, what your piece of paper should now look like is this. So when you open it, you should have half a castle. Now, if you've done it this way and you open it, you need to try again. So remember, it's got to be here. If you look, there's my half a castle. Now, I'm going to put it back as it was. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to make the drawbridge. So again, we're only going to do half of it, so I need this sort of shape. Then we're going to fill the whole piece of paper. And finally, once you've done your drawbridge, I want you to make a line underneath. And then another line underneath, doesn't matter, it can be a wobbly line. Just try and make it as straight as you can. So, once you've done that, you've got something that looks a little bit like this. I want to show you what to do next. Now we're going to cut it out, so you're going to very, very carefully cut our drawbridge. Now remember, when we cut this, we do not want to cut the bottom line. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to be a clever sausage, I am going to make crosses on that line. So I remember, I'm not cutting that one, and I'm not cutting this one. There we go. So I've made a couple of crosses because we're going to paint over that anyway. So we're not going to cut those lines, we're going to cut all the rest of them. So watch how I'm going to cut the drawbridge. And I'm going to have to watch on the video as well, because I've never done it this way. So okay, that's as much as you're cutting it. Do not cut any more than that. And then we're going to cut out our ramparts and our turrets. So, just so you can see what I'm doing. Very carefully, there's no rush. Cut that one out. Very carefully, no rush. Okay, I'm going to cut down here. And I'll show you in a moment why we only drew half of the castle, although some of you have probably already guessed. So, voila, I'm done. Now, once you cut those out, you need to cut the last line, the one that we didn't make crosses on. So, there we have it, our castle. Okay, so you see this bottom line that we made here, this one. What we're going to do is we're going to fold it. I'm going to fold this one as well, like that, because this one is going to be stuck down to our moat and our mound. Great! Now that we did that bit, we are going to paint the castle. So what colour is the castle? It is grey. So for grey, I'm going to need a tiny bit of black and some white. So, I don't know why I had to think about that. I had to look for my white. So I'm going to show you. Going to get my white. I've got any left, that is. There we go. Seagulls may need some new art supplies. Excellent. There we go. And teeny, weeny bit of black. Not too much. Otherwise, it'll get too dark. Right. I'm going to give it a good mix with my paintbrush. Remember, we don't need too much water. And there we got a nice grey castle. I'm going to show you what to do now. So now we're going to paint our castle. So move this out of the way, this back up here so you can see what I'm doing. Remember, when you're painting, you paint in one direction only. I'm going to put a piece of paper under it, otherwise Missy Jazz's mum is going to be very, very angry with her if I get paint on her table. Right. Yes, Missy Jazz still gets told off by her mummy. Okay, so remember, we're going to keep painting the castle in one direction, because if you remember before, when I told you if you paint in too many different directions, it starts looking a bit messy, and we don't want that because we're not messy painters, we're neat painters. Okay, so now your castle should look like this, and it should now be nicely drying because we've left it for a bit. Why do you think I didn't paint the drawbridge? That's right, because the drawbridge is made out of wood. So for that, I need a brown. Unfortunately, today Missy just does not have a yellow paint, so I'm going to have to cheat and use the brown paint. We now have our wonderful brown drawbridge. Now, if you want to be really clever, I'm going to show you something else. What we can do is, we can go back to our lovely grey paint. So with my grey, I needed my white and my black. This time I'm going to mix it a little bit darker. Or you can mix it a bit lighter, it depends on what you want your castle to look like. And I'll show you in a minute what we're going to do. So I've got that. Open this up. So now you can see I've got a darker grey. So what we're going to do with this, I'm just going to try and get all the paint off my brush. Now, I've cut up some sponge from an old sponge, as you can see. So I haven't bought anything new, just got an old sponge. And what I'm going to do is just wet it a little tiny bit, because we don't want a very wet sponge, otherwise it's going to ruin our castle. And then we're going to get some of that dark grey. Okay, and what I'm going to do with my sponge, there's my castle. I'm going to make bricks on my castle. Doesn't have to be too many. So, should look a bit like this. You got lots of bricks on your castle. And there we go. And now we need to wait for our castle bricks to dry. Right, so while my castle dries, the last thing I want to do is cut some of this paper out. So I'm going to fold the bottom of it. Now you don't have to do this, it's because my castle is made out of paper. Hopefully yours will be made out of card, because card is a bit stronger. So I fold them on the inside like that. I'm just going to cut them out in little strips, it doesn't matter how big or small. probably about this size should do. Okay, so got that, and my castle is almost dry. It's looking good. It's up to you, before you go to stick your castle onto your moat and your mound, remember you can even make a bit of moss at the bottom of your castle. You can paint windows onto your castle. So I'm going to just paint a window myself onto the castle. Remember there are arrow slits. So I'm going to paint these arrow slits onto the castle. Still with the dark grey. So I painted some arrow slits. And then you can even put a princess in your castle, knight in your castle, king, even the royal fat cat if you wanted to. So now, remember this bit of paper that I asked you not to do anything with? This is going to be really, really important in a moment. Now, once your drawbridge is dry, I want you to make a tiny little hole in it with your pencil. Nothing else but your pencil. So watch how I'm going to do it. Keep your fingers very safe. And if you're a little bit stuck, an adult can help you. There, so I made a little hole. And I'm going to get some string or some wool. Now, I don't have string with me at the moment, so I'm going to use the wool. I'm going to put the wool through that little hole. If I can. There you go. And I'm going to knot it. There, like that. So now your drawbridge can open and close. I'm going to knot this side as well, just in case we don't want the wool to come out. Okay, now, as I said, this bit was really, really important. So on this little flap here, we are going to put some glue. Missy Jess has got her funky orange glue, which is now covered in her paint because she's very, very messy when she does art. So actually it's quite good, so I can show you where we need the glue. So I'm going to put my lid back on so my glue does not dry up. There we go, nice lot of glue on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm really nicely going to stick that in the middle of my page. Now, because mine's made out of paper, it's going to droop. So, I made these to go on the back so it can hold it up. So again, a little bit of glue on here, a little bit of glue on here like that, so you can see it, there and there. And then I'm going to stick this to the back of it and hold my castle up. Go. So that actually holds your castle up really well, and this is why it's good to have these. And again, stick it down. There we go. And now your castle is ready, and you can use the string to open, well, to close rather, and open your drawbridge. There we go. I hope you have fun doing this because I did. So let's take a closer look at it. That is the castle. And that's how we look at the back. To use those tabs to hold it up. Alright lovelies, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Ooh.